For quite a few years now, Samsung and Apple have been at the top of the photography pyramid. Both of them have had their own positives, but for the first time, we now have two smartphones from the giants that are so closely similar to each other that a comparison seems necessary. Although the iPhone X has hardware that's more identical in terms of specs compared to the Note 8, for the moment, the comparison to the iPhone 8 Plus is also fitting. The iPhone 8 Plus packs in two 12MP sensors at the back. One is a wide-angle f1.8 lens with OIS and 28mm focal length, while the telephoto camera lacks OIS but has f2.6 aperture and a focal length of 56mm. The Note 8 2 features identical 12MP resolution for both its cameras. However, they are both optically stabilized and feature f1.7 aperture for the wide-angle and f2.4 for the telephoto. The Note 8 has a focal length of 26 and 52mm for the wide-angle and telephoto cameras respectively. This means that both the cameras are slightly wider in terms of field of view compared to the 8 Plus. In terms of image quality, both the smartphones are amazing but have slightly different processing. The 8 Plus has a more laid-back and natural processing when it comes to colors as well as dynamic range. The Note 8 on the other hand has a better and more dramatic dynamic range as well as often increasing the vibrancy and saturation. Each might find a share of fans, but the Note 8 does tend to overdo the yellows a bit as seen on this photo, while the iPhone does tend to wash out some other colors such as green. On the whole, they both have their own advantages as well as disadvantages when it comes to the colors. HDR processing too is the traditional approach on the 8 Plus, using just 3 differently exposed frames to create an image with better dynamic range. But the Note 8 is more similar to the Pixel as it is more dramatic and seems to be using more than 3 frames to get the effect, even though the exact number isn't known. Note 8 images have more detailing compared to the iPhone despite having the same resolution. The 8 Plus tends to have good detailing in low light, but noise is noticeably higher than Note 8, which has similar to slightly higher levels of sharpness or detail. Portrait mode is well executed on both, and the blurring algorithm is great too. The iPhone does a slightly better job with blurring most of the time, but then again they've had a whole year to perfect it. The Note 8 isn't too far behind, and it should improve over time as well. In fact, at times the Note 8 did manage to take a photo with fewer artifacts and misses compared to the 8 Plus. One way the Note 8 wins in portrait mode especially is the focus. It has more sharpness and more control over focus compared to the 8 Plus. The 8 Plus sometimes finds it more difficult and is slower to focus on an object, especially when light is lower. The bokeh is a bit creamier and richer on the Note 8 as well. Both the phones offer 4K video recording at 30fps with both telephoto as well as wide-angle cameras. The Note 8 videos are better in terms of color as well as the overall sharpness as well as dynamic range, but tends to refocus at times without needing to do so, and the stabilization too acts weirdly. The iPhone videos are much more stable while providing more neutral colors but has lower dynamic range and slightly lesser sharpness. The 8 Plus also has a neat party trick up its sleeve by offering 4K 60fps video as well on both the cameras, and that's something the Note 8 can't do. The iPhone can also record 240fps slow motion videos at 1080p with both the cameras, while Note 8 slow motion is restricted to only the wide angle camera and it maxes out at 720p resolution. You do however need to make use of the newer HEIF image and H.265 video format on the iPhone 8 Plus to avail 1080p 240fps slow motion and 4K 60fps video. The benefit of that is also the file sizes for video and photos that are nearly half that of JPEG and H.264 formats while providing the same level of quality. We've spoken in length about it in our iPhone 8 Plus camera review. The Note 8 has an 8MP front-facing camera with an impressive f1.7 aperture, while the 8 Plus still has the same 7MP f2.2 unit from last generation. The Note 8 front-facing camera is much better when it comes to low-light performance, detailing as well as the overall dynamic range and sharpness compared to the 8 Plus. There's even a group selfie and selective focus mode that helps to get portrait effect with the front camera. Both these features are lacking on the 8 Plus. Even in terms of video, the 8 Plus is less than ideal for vloggers since there's no EIS and the detailing isn't as good as on the Note 8. In terms of resolution too, the 8 Plus maxes out at 1080p, while the Note 8 can shoot in 1080p with stabilization or in 1440p without. Audio too isn't as good on the iPhone 8 Plus when video recording, since audio is mono for both the front and rear cameras, while the Note 8 offers a stereo experience. So this is the video on the iPhone 8 Plus front camera. So let me know what you guys think about the overall stabilization, the sharpness, the colors, the dynamic range, etc., and how it stays in focus, as well as the overall audio. I'm in a busy street right now, but my audio is supposed to come really crisp and clear even with the busyness around, so let me know how that is as well. So this is the front camera video taken on the Galaxy Note 8.
Let me know what you guys think about the stabilization as well as the overall sharpness, detailing, the focus, and even the dynamic range, and also how well it picks up my audio. And it's supposed to be really crisp and clear, and if there's too much background noise, even if I'm in a busy road, I think it doesn't perform too well. So let me know how that is as well.
Both the Note 8 and iPhone 8 Plus are excellent camera phones, and you can't really go wrong with either. However, the iPhone 8 Plus is more geared towards video, while the Note 8 is better in its photography game. So your decision on which camera phone to buy will depend on what medium you shoot more, as well as whether you prefer one OS over the other. That's it for this video, guys. You can purchase the smartphones from the link in the description below. Thanks for watching this video. See you again in the next one. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to get the latest updates from us. Thanks for watching this video. See you again in the next one.